Hello everyone and welcome back to Bianca Liana, your one-stop shop for everything healing, health, and hot girl living. I'm Bianca and today I want to talk to you about calling off my wedding. Yep, that's right. About a year ago, I called off my wedding. I was engaged for about 2 years and I was with my partner for about 3.5. And I called off my wedding. Everything was fully booked, deposits were made, wedding gown was bought, and invites were just about to be sent. Thank God that we did not send them, but they were about to be sent. They were created. We had a wedding logo. Everyone knew about it. And I called it off. And I wanted to talk to you today about why I called off my wedding. For starters, I was with a narcissist. Yeah, I was with a diagnosed narcissist. I really like to make that distinction because narcissism is trending and I love that people spread awareness about it. But there definitely is a difference between a diagnosed and an undiagnosed narcissist. And we can all try to play armchair psychology, but at the end of the day, diagnosis is real and necessary in this case. It does kind of minimize the experience of those who have survived narcissistic abuse. And I don't use the term survive lightly. I'm a survivor. It took me a very long time to admit that I had faced emotional abuse at the hands of my narcissistic partner. I believe I only truly recognized that I had been a survivor of abuse in December of last year. So, 4 full years after meeting the narcissistic partner did I realize oh, this person has been abusing me and this person has been tormenting me and my loved ones, and I finally made it out and escaped. And I will have to say that I could not have done this without the support of my family, my friends, my therapists, spiritual teacher. They all gave me invaluable insights into healthy relationships and what those should look like, and gently and lovingly guided me to the decision that I was not in a healthy, loving relationship. Reflecting on my time with the narcissistic partner, one of the things I wanted to touch on is how easy it is to be sucked into these kinds of relationships. Very smart, intelligent, capable people often fall into these traps, and it's not because you are blind or you're stupid or you're inexperienced. It simply means that narcissists operate in patterns that are very hard to detect at the beginning. So when you're being love bombed, when the world is presented to you on a silver platter and they're doing and saying everything so right, the first time you catch a glimpse of them not doing something right, you write it off. You're like, oh, they're just having a bad day. This is so out of line with how they've been treating me. This isn't the real version of them. And then it happens again, and maybe more severely, and you bring it up to them. And it becomes this vicious cycle of forgive and harm, forgive and harm. And they're harming you and they're making you suffer. They're making you feel so horrible. And then you cry to them and either they apologize or you threaten to leave them, and it resets the cycle all over again. And leaving a narcissist has been studied to be as difficult to get off of heroin. It is the same amount of pain, suffering, and dedication and discipline to get off a drug. That's how narcissists impact your brain. So it's really no joke when you're talking about someone who's healing from this kind of relationship. And if anyone out there is watching this and believes that they are suffering at the hands of a narcissist, leave. I love you so much. I don't know who you are, but if you're watching this and you have even Googled more than once, am I with a narcissist? Is my partner a narcissist? Sometimes they make you think you're the narcissist. If you've been Googling that, you know that you are. Deep down, you know. If you're taking the time to investigate it and to search it up and to research it, you are in it. Okay? They might not be diagnosed. They might exhibit some behaviors of a narcissist. They might have partial, whatever. It might just be toxic. It might not be narcissistic. Whatever it is, if you've made the step to start searching about it, I guarantee that you are suffering in your relationship. And if you don't have a person in your life who's going to warn you and tell you, let me be that person, you need to leave. My life was in shambles when I was with my partner. Okay, I couldn't function. I had to sleep 9 hours a day and take a 1 to 2 hour nap just to power through the day. I was so emotionally and physically exhausted from this relationship. I had to shut down my body just to survive. And speaking of surviving, I didn't want to. I am not a suicidal person. I've never struggled with depression, anxiety, bipolar, anything, any sort of mental condition. I don't have a history of mental illness in my family. I did not have the will to live. There were days where getting out of bed and opening my eyes was simply so disappointing. And I brought this up to my partner, and you know what he said? You're crazy. No sympathy, no, oh, something's massively wrong here if you think you don't want to be alive anymore. Just, you're crazy. And my mom brought it up with him as well, and it was just, oh, she really needs help, you know? Not, maybe I should evaluate my behavior and I'm really harming this individual. No, she's crazy. And I had the privilege of talking to this beautiful young woman who had a similar experience to me, and she resonated as well. She's not struggled with a history of mental illness, but being with her partner also led her to this dark and devastating place. Trust me when I say it's a matter of life and death, not about being suicidal, but about your hope, your dreams, your energy, your essence dies when you're surrounded by this kind of negative, narcissistic, toxic energy. You need to leave. It doesn't matter how old you are, how much you've invested, what your parents think about this person, what your family thinks about this person, because oftentimes with covert narcissists, they're one different person in public and private, and they do that on purpose so nobody believes you when you come forward about your abuse. You need to get the hell out of there. You know what happened after I left my narcissist? I glowed up in every aspect of my life. I got my dream job. My skin was bloodied and raw when I was with this partner. My eczema was flaring up like crazy. Like I mentioned, the sleep, I couldn't function without powering off my brain. I was anxious beyond belief. I'm not intrinsically an anxious person. I'm a secure, calm individual. I've been this way my whole life. And you know what my partner made me think? He made me think I was bipolar. He asked me if I was bipolar because he was making me crazy. They spin you around in circles. They make you so confused, so disoriented that you start to feel like you're going crazy. And you know what else has gotten better? I've gotten therapy. I've healed parts of my psyche that I didn't even know were disturbed. And so many blessings have come from leaving this relationship. I've traveled to my dream destination. I just got back from Greece. I have made so many new friends, more than 5 new friends in the past 12 months. I have grew my relationship with my spiritual journey. I've grew in discipline with my body. I've lost some weight that I gained from the disastrous emotional turmoil I was going through. I cleared my skin. I improved my family relationships. I am a completely different person than I was when I was being dragged down and destroyed by this individual. And it's not even about him anymore. I don't want to speak any power or give him any power over me. It's about reclaiming your worth. And it's about stepping away from this kind of abuse. You need to celebrate that you are first recognizing it, find the strength within you to leave. I know you don't want to, but you have to. And then actually leaving and seeing the fruits of your labor, the fruits of investing in yourself and standing up for yourself. This was like, it altered my brain chemistry, this relationship. I will never, ever be the same. But you know what? I'm so much better now that I've left. And I can only thank God that it took me this amount of time to heal, because some people aren't as fortunate and they don't have the resources and the tools to heal this quickly. But I honestly believe it's a miracle that I'm sitting here today talking to you about this, because I was in the depths of my despair. I was on the floor sobbing every month like clockwork. It would be promised that everything would be better and that they would change, and they would do anything and everything to keep me in this pattern. And the last time I walked away, I never looked back. And you can do it. I promise you can do it, and it's worth it, and you need to do it. Like, there is no other option for me. Like, there's no other option. Kids, no kids, 50 years together, I don't care. You need to leave for your sanity and for your future. Protect yourself. Would I have wished to go through this and experience this kind of pain? No. But what I am glad that it's taught me is that no one can ever tread on me like that person tread on me. My boundaries are rock freaking solid after this experience. Like, you can't mess with me anymore. I'm so quick to recognize toxic behavior and I'm walking out the door. I'm not going to sit around and wait for people to change. They don't. If people want to change, they do it. These people don't want to change. Trust me, they will promise you, they will show like they will change. They will put up a facade that they're changing. They'll go to therapy. They'll talk to your family. They'll talk to your friends. They'll try every trick in the book to get you back, but they're not going to change. These people don't change. They don't. So don't hold your breath. Don't waste your time. Don't ruin your life by staying and waiting for better. They cannot give you better. It's honestly, I'd rather die alone than ever go back to this partner. And it took me a while to get there. Like, it really did. I lacked the self-worth that it took to stand up for myself and demand for myself that I deserve better. And unfortunately, narcissistic people draw in these uber-giving, lacking confidence individuals, which I was when I met this person. And you have to grow a spine in leaving them. And you have to recognize for yourself that you're powerful and you can stand up to this and you don't deserve it. So my message to anyone who is considering leaving their partner, who has considered this, who has been a victim to this pattern, who has left this partner, I'm so proud of you. If you're about to make that decision, you can do it. Get your stuff and run. Like, you will not regret it. It's going to be hellish. It's going to be a hellish journey to claw back to yourself and to become stronger than you were before. But by God, it's worth it. It's worth it because when you trust that you deserve better, the world opens up to you and shows you that you deserve better. It is the best feeling ever. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful that you're here watching this video. My dream is to build a community of survivors of this kind of abuse where we can help people identify the signs and encourage each other that we do deserve better, because we do. We're not here to be at the hands of someone who denies our humanity, and that's exactly what narcissists do. And I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I want to express my true and honest, sincere gratitude to you for trusting that your plan is bigger and better than where you're currently at, and that with time and with the grace of God, like, you will get out of these situations. You're going to survive, you're going to thrive, and you're going to be better than ever before. So thank you so much for watching this video. I love you so much. You can do it. Do what's best for you. I believe in you. I'm going to cheer you on every step of the way. And thank you for watching this video. I love you. I'll see you in the next one.